Not every great adventure begins with immediate peril. It just so happens this one starts with quite the party. The local lord has declared a festival. For what reason? The motives of nobles are often hard to fathom. However, the peasants are all enjoying the day off, and why not celebrate a bit with them? The Lord has employed all of the entertainers in his lands, and there is the finest of foods that are being prepared for his court. For those not quite as noble, there's numerous competitions between the various purveyors of food and goods throughout the land, with prizes offered. Food is in plenty, and so is music, companionship, and assorted other goods. If you are the shadowy type, there's also other opportunities if one knows how to keep one's wits about them. However, soon after enjoying the spirited contest at the brewer's tent, you feel the call to nature. So making your way to the closest privies, you enter. But what awaits you? You close the door behind you and turn, and rather than seeing a rough-cut plank with a hole in the middle, you find yourself with one hand on your drawers and looking into the Lair of OmnusI. I am OmnusI, once more greeting you from the lowest depths of my lair. I hope that I find you in good spirits and cheer. Certainly that place above and beyond my lair, the people are in an interesting spirit. On one side there is exultation and exuberance for the festive holidays to come. On the other hand, there is dread and trepidation at what else the holiday seasons bring. As of tomorrow from this broadcast, we will be here in the United States celebrating our day of Thanksgiving, where we look within ourselves, reflect, and give thanks for the blessings that we've been given. All right, we overindulge in food primarily centered around a large, stupid bird, which is delicious, by the way, if you've never had it. We watch a great deal of football if we can, and many of us depart to retail stores to get ridiculous deals on whatever merchandise you seem to be targeting for the holiday season. And this touches myself as well, as I'm having to broadcast all this a bit early because, let's just say, my schedule is pretty full as far as my obligations to be at a retail store tomorrow. So this is coming out hopefully a little bit early. And time for me to say Happy Thanksgiving to those of you who celebrate it. For those of you who do not celebrate Happy Thanksgiving, I hope you have a wonderful day. But in the spirit of Thanksgiving, I thought it would be appropriate to reflect myself on what I am grateful for. You may learn a few things about myself and the various voices running through my head as I will reintroduce you to all of the characters that you've met here at the Lair of OmnusI in the past, as well as on the channel. I'm certain that everybody has something to say. With that in mind, this is the Lair of OmnusI Thanksgiving Special. I hope you enjoy it. You mean I can sit in the DM's chair? Cool, this is comfy. I like it. What? Oh, you. Hi, I'm Player. OmnusI asked me to tell you about the things that I'm thankful for. And, well, I'll get started. I am thankful for critical hits, the feeling of a die rolling off your hand, and pulling up a clutch shot that helps save the day. I'm thankful for being able to tell crazy and exciting stories with my friends. I'm grateful for having a game master who takes the time to spin a campaign and write up a whole world that I can go and adventure in and do crazy things. I'm grateful for being able to save the day and do awesome things that I could never really do in real life, that this game lets me do. I'm grateful to see my friends when we get together, and I'm grateful for all the cool stuff that gaming has opened me up to, from things like wargaming and collecting miniatures and all the great books and new literature that I've been reading. So that's what I'm really thankful for. Yeah, and I'll be seeing you again soon on another Lair of OmnusI video. Thanks. Where am I? How did I get here? What is this? Post-constructionalist dungeon? Who does that? Seriously, I was with Magic Fireplace and... What's that? If I ever want to leave here alive or see Magic Fireplace intact, I have to tell everyone what I'm thankful for. Oh dear. Well, it seems like they're serious. Well, I suppose what I'm thankful for, being the Omnus Critic, the purveyor of all things role-playing game related, is that in this day and age, I have a platform in which those who may be interested in learning about the quality of various role-playing materials or how useful they may be to them can turn to me for expert advice. I'm grateful for the perspective that I have over years and years of gaming, and to be able to discern the good games that are rightfully worthy of consideration from the ones that need a bit of work at the very least. I am also grateful for decent wine, and I suppose I'm grateful for Magic Fireplace. There at my back, always ready to add the perfect refinement to my otherwise excellent delivery. Now, where is Magic Fireplace? And there's me, Rob, the creator and writer of all of this. I am thankful for having a wonderful wife who lets me indulge myself in these videos and my gaming hobby. I'm thankful for having a son who is creative enough to keep me on my toes. I'm grateful for my health and the health of my family, those around me who still have theirs. And I'm grateful to be in a place and a time where so much is available and possible. Some of it because of the internet and what can be done there. Some of it because I'm holding down a job and doing all right. Almost all of it is because, in some small way, shape, or form, you and those many people out there who have lifted me up and supported me have kept me going and never let me think that everything that I'm doing is in vain. I don't suffer from a lack of self-confidence, but it is so much easier to create, to sometimes not take yourself very seriously. and to do the kind of things that have allowed Lair of OmnusI to exist, opened up new ventures for me with my Omnus Critic reviews. Perhaps one day will even let me see my role-playing game Dice File, a reality that other people can enjoy. So for all of that, that is what I'm thankful for in my gaming world. I'm thankful for having a table of great players, and for all the great players that I've had over my years. I'm grateful that I've had the perspective of being able to watch gaming from relatively early days, back in the 80s, on up through today. And I'm glad that I have enough perspective in both areas, in modern gaming as well as the past, that I can see the advantages and disadvantages of all the different styles. I'm thankful that I live in a golden age right now, where so much is available and so many great ideas can come to the fore through media like Kickstarter and Indiegogo. Perhaps one day I may take advantage of something like that. So, there's a lot for me to be thankful for. And I also want to, in my own small way, thank all of you for helping me do what I do. Through those of you who have only brushed against, who have given me the inspiration for ideas and characters and things that have helped me grow my craft, to those of you who help prop me up so that I can still believe in myself enough to create and develop my craft. So for all of you, I say thank you. And it all comes back to me, OmnusI. And what am I thankful for, huh? Well, I'm thankful, of course, for the Lair. Without this opportunity, I could not reach out from here within the depths of the Lair to you, my audience. No matter how few people ever see this video, it's out there. Somebody might stumble upon it and it may inspire something within them. If my feeble words can inspire a person to create something new and perhaps startling, then I am satisfied. If my words and all of the pageantry that I've used entertained you, and at least gave you a small chuckle here and there, then I'm satisfied. If together we make anything towards the bright shining gaming community of inclusiveness and unlimited potential, then I will be satisfied. And in all of these things, the Lair of OmnusI, that it can be, that I envision it to one day be, I am grateful for that. I also give thanks to the myriad people who have inspired me. From the gaming pantheon, people like Gygax, Arneson, Jackson, Weissman. The names go on and on. I'm grateful for companies like Wizards of the Coast or Palladium for providing their games ceaselessly to a hungry community. Companies like Catalyst Games, Fantasy Flight Games, White Wolf. I'm also grateful for the independent companies that keep producing things that help flourish the imaginations of those who are just looking for more material. Companies like Frog God Games, Kobold Press. The list is nearly inexhaustible. But for all of them, I am grateful. I'm grateful for the players that I've had who have helped me over the years, both my current gaming group and others. No DM is anything, no game master, no matter how creative, is anything more than just an author without his players. And I have had the luxury of having some excellent, excellent players over the years. Both those who belly up to my table for years at a time, to the fine people that I've slung dice with at conventions. I am grateful that my imagination can still inspire, that I can still do things and come up with things that delight people, and that I have no draining on what I intend to do I have no limit or wall that I'm coming up to as far as creativity, and I'm very grateful for that. That means, hopefully, if my health holds and the people around me stay strong, I may be coming to you for years and years and years to come. And I certainly am grateful for any opportunity I get to be able to do things like that. Finally, I would say the thing that I am truly grateful for, more so than almost anything else, is that through all of these experiences, through all of these fine people, all of this around me, and that I have touched upon my mind at this point, I am thankful for the person that I am today because of being in this environment, in these communities. If you know me outside of the game, if you know me outside of the lair, I trust that you can see some hallmarks of the person I try to be through gaming. I try to be considerate, entertaining, fair, and reasonable. Don't always succeed, nor does anybody who sets such goals. But gaming has helped me in no small way to attempt to be the arbiter of reason, to attempt to be the person who will sacrifice a little bit of dignity to make you laugh. If I can successfully do that and be the person that I want to be, gaming has helped me without a shadow of a doubt. I am more confident now. I have used the various skills that I've learned through courses in public speaking, through theater, to be able to put together something like this that potentially millions of people could watch without flinching, with a smile on my face, hoping that I did the very best that I could to entertain all of you. For that, I am most grateful and unendingly thankful. So, that has been the cast of characters of Lair of OmnusI, demonstrating just how thankful I am to be able to be doing this. And since you've listened to me prattle on and on, I suppose you can't wait to get to the treasure, eh? One of my obsessions or hobbies, in case you haven't noticed, is that I do enjoy collecting and displaying hats. They're relatively harmless. Mostly it started with having a collection of baseball caps and things that didn't have any particular meaning. My collection didn't start until I first got this hat, which was given to me by my wife on my honeymoon, our honeymoon I should say. And there's a particular reason why I wear this as OmnusI. Firstly, this hat has been with me for over 15 years. It has seen a hellacious beating placed upon it. It has gone over a cliff. It has saved me from getting drenched in rainstorms, at least my face and shoulders. It has had mud scraped off of it. It has been sat upon and squished. It is a very battered leather hat. The brim will not go straight anymore, and almost every time you see me, it's going to be in a different direction. It has a great deal of sentimentality to me, not just because of where I got it from, although certainly it carries a great deal from that, but this is a hat that has aged along with me, and I will be very sad on the day when it can't hold its shape anymore and falls apart. Hopefully that time is a good deal in the future. So if I want to be serious for something, I will oftentimes still wear this hat. Although it has stepped out of circulation, I've replaced it with a newer hat. This is my OmnusI hat now. Which is why if you see me out in the wider world and you see me in this hat, and my black turtleneck, that I am there as OmnusI. And I am, can be approached for things like the riddle of all of these different treasures that you've been getting, for instance. That is a time where I'm showing that I am prepared to talk about, whatever things gaming. Or, what have you. Anything about the Lair of OmnusI. So this hat is definitely tied into my identity. Now, I will often talk about a game master having to wear a variety of hats, which details the different responsibilities that a person has. However, there are certainly other uses for hats other than just remarking about responsibility. And I like to use hats and masks in my game from time to time to emphasize, certain details. For example, if I want to off-put my characters in something that it would fit, a mask that conceals your features, that does not cover up your mouth but allows you to look more inhuman, a little bit unsettling perhaps, can be very, very useful, especially if you build a character around the concept of a given mask. That can be very, very effective. Some masks or hats don't leave a lot to be desired as far as telling a person what you're trying to get at. This will always look like an evil mask. It's just its nature. Skulls and bat-swept wings make it look demonic and hideous. I generally refrain from using masks that have that cover the mouth. I like to be heard. That's the most important thing. However, sometimes if you just want to be a dwarf, you got to look like a dwarf. Although I will admit the full latex masks are something I stay away from in general. Also, I don't need a lot of help with the beard. Seasonally, if I'm going to let my players have some warning that it's going to be a seasonally themed adventure, I'll frequently go with something like that. Or perhaps an appropriate hat might be able to set a particular genre. A little steampunk, anyone? Sometimes the hat can be somewhat silly and out of place with a given element. As a player, sometimes I will have the luxury of being able to wear a more full mask for a particular effect. For example, a tech priest in a Warhammer 40k game could get away with wearing a gas mask to represent the inhumanity that he has become. And I hope you could hear that. Likewise, the simplicity of a lucky fez, or even something to remind us about something that we enjoy. And sometimes an entirely different side of our personalities that might come to the fore. These are all different things that hats can be useful for. And of course, if you're playing in a sort of game that you don't mind giving physical tokens out to players to remind them of different treasures that they have, sometimes going through a thrift store and finding a simple hat for $2 may fit into your budget for something that might spice up your game a little bit. Of course, Halloween also a wonderful time to get such things. That can really add a little bit of extra impact, even if you use it somewhat sparingly. So, that's my little bit of treasure for today, and something that you can take with you to your games that'll hopefully inspire your games and help your players to have a little bit of fun at your table. So, we are now at the level 9. Dungeon exit. You have made it this far again. Congratulations. You are certainly worthy of 12 blue karma points. And my Goblin Gourmet has just wheeled up a bright, shiny chrome cart. Well, the platter has a cover on it. And there's a little bit of scurrying around going in there and some clanks. Tell you what, I'm not very hungry. For this Thanksgiving episode, I'm going to let you have it. So make sure you note that on your character sheet. When you see me next in the real world, ask me what's under the hood, or on the platter. You might have a pleasant surprise for you. This is OmnusI. After level 9, Thanksgiving. Grateful again for you and your presence. If you enjoyed this little bit and you have not done so already, feel free to like and subscribe. If you didn't like it, feel free to leave a comment, and I'll certainly take a look at it, and perhaps it'll shape future episodes. If you have any suggestions or guides for me, that would be capital. However, moving forward, as we've had no other suggestions, we are going to move into giving advice to the beginning game master, setting a person out who's been chosen or has volunteered to take on the mantle of game master in a multiple system expression to teach new people how to play or how to run the game. So, I hope I can be of service to all of you. And again, if you have any feedback, let me know. I'm OmnusI, and safe adventures.